Welcome back. Let us push onwards. Do I have enough Demon Cyanite, by the way? I do have Undead Bone Shard, which is good. I do have 4 Tynite skills, so I could probably upgrade my weapons. Oh, awesome. I'm starting to look up the freaking twin weapons of this game, because these blades... I love the curved blades, but... God damn. Are they just so awful? I love the design and the movement and all of it. I just wish they weren't so goddamn awful. Come here, I need your ring. Well, I don't actually need it, but I want your ring. Deep ring! Oh crap, what's jump button? Don't roll. Okay, awesome. So... Oh no, you're still alive. So lately, I've been watching Bungo Stray Dogs. I'm not being tracked, am I? No, okay, good, you're going the other way. Wonderful. Wait, is it this one? Okay, definitely not that one. No. Okay, there we go, that's it. Yeah, so Bungo Stray Dogs. It's really good. I do enjoy it. But I have a lot of problems with it. So, firstly, Darzai. I hate Darzai. I hate him so much. I feel like I am singular in my hatred for him because everyone seems to adore Darzai. Even the characters in the show all adore Darzai. They all want his attention. Which makes me even more mad and not like him. So, Darzai feels like just straight plot. He is straight up a plot hole in there. In the story itself. He's put in there for plot convenience. Whenever they need something done, or whenever they need something stopped, or whenever they need a strategy thought up, or whenever they're behind an enemy and they need to get ahead, boom! You have a Darzai. God, do I hate a Darzai. Like, his whole I want to die stick faded after pretty much the first season. It's only brought up really now just to remind you, oh yeah, look, he wants to die. Did you forget about that? He still wants to die, even though he never shows it anymore. Not only that, but he seems to have not comparable intelligence to Rondo, but he's close. I think they put in his investigation thing just to show how close they are in intelligence. He worked out half of the same investigation that Rondo did. So I think he's half the intelligence. He has half the intelligence as Rondo, which is insane considering Rondo is a certified, like, unparalleled genius who can solve anything in an instant. Well, not anything, but finding it pretty much anything unless it's involving supernatural powers which alter the freaking evidence given. That's like an actual plot point. He solved a case that was perfect. Well, not perfect because he solved it, but as close to perfect as you could pretty much get, I'm pretty sure. Like, the dude's ability was perfect crime. It erased evidence. And he somehow saw through that. Not Darzai, but Rondo. And yet, Darzai's intelligence is meant to get close to that of someone of that level. Holy crap, I'm gonna die. Run! Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I hate Darzai so much because it feels like he's just in there to solve things. Like he does have a character. Like you can't deny that he does have a character in him. But it feels like he's just used for plot convenience so frequently and so heavily. And it just is maddening. Okay. I can't believe I survived! I thought I was going to fall off. Oh crap. You're over there, right, Onion? Please do. Oh, Patches, you're here.
Huh? Yes, hello. I'm Patches. You seem to be unkin. Do you have me? Ah, oh, yes, of course. It's coming back to me now. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was my hand, as you know. But the deed, well, that was regrettable. True. Look, it Paul's work. Yeah.
Just give me the armor.
Oh, yes. Now, just a little trinket.
Give me the armor. Just hate Patches. Everyone hates Patches. All the homies hate Patches. Good, good. A lot of souls. Oh crap. No. Okay. So, I understand my opinion on Bungo is likely not a popular one. Because it seems everyone and their mother loves Stars. I stated this when we was in the rafters. I get it. He's aloof. He seems to know everything. He's attractive, I guess, by male standards. It's just... oh god. I'm trying to think of other characters that are in there, in the shows, the same way that he is. They're just there for plot. Because it feels like that's what he's there for. I feel like Gojo is a decent example. He's the closest thing you can get to it. But Gojo has the benefit of the writer understanding his role. The writer understands Gojo is too powerful and too much for the story, and therefore it hinders the other characters. So the writer has restricted Gojo. I'm not going to spoil how, if you haven't read it, so that leaves it for people who are waiting for the anime to come back, which will be very soon. Yeah, so Gojo has been... the writer understands Gojo is like this really powerful, really solve all kind of being. He is, as he calls it, the honoured one. So the writer has restricted Gojo, therefore to allow his other characters to ascend, if you will, to therefore help them grow. Which is not what Darzai does. Granted, I believe it is currently what he's doing, since he is currently arrested. Which is good. The first 3 seasons, though, they just had to have him not be there in order for things to work out. But now he is thankfully arrested. So it therefore gives them a chance to grow on their own. Which is what they should have done way earlier, honestly. They should have put Dazai away way earlier to allow the other people to grow. Because we're 4 seasons in, and Otsushi is still thinking about the orphanage, still going back to it. Which is another thing. We've barely gotten any Otsushi this season. He's meant to be the main character, and yet so much of the seasons, not just season 4, but all of them, just restrict him from the plot. He's basically there for the final battle. Now think about it, I think that's pretty much what he's there for. He's there for the final battle.
No need.
So think about it. He met Sir Francis, which, by the way, I love Francis. He's awesome. So he met Francis, and then he was saved by Kyoka. Kyoka's awesome. She's got like a little sister vibe towards him. It's awesome. I love it. Very wholesome. Which, there are apparently people who ship it online. Screw off. She's 14. He's 18. Hell no. That's not how that happens. He's not the port mafia boss who likes them under 12. What a train wreck of a character that dude is. Yeah, so Kyoka's awesome. So, I'm trying to think. I don't think Otsushi is used for anything other than the final battle. They throw him just haphazardly into like little requests just to freaking help him out. But God, he needs more development, honestly. 4 seasons in and he still needs way more development. Like, I understand if you want to give him development, that's awesome. But it can't be development for trauma that should have been worked out in seasons 1 to 2. Like, if you want to give him other things to develop, other things to help him freaking grow, that's fine, that's awesome. Always being able to develop your character is a good thing because people are ever changing. He should still be growing as a person. Like, I have no qualms with that. Plus, he's still only 18. He's still young. He should very much still be growing and discovering new aspects about himself. I have no problem with any of that. Plus, he is a very traumatized individual. He needs a lot of help to get past that. However, I hate it. I don't hate the trauma bit, because that's growth for him. He's doing well with that, I think. Well, I say he's doing well, but that's my whole problem. He's not doing well enough. He's doing... I don't even want to say decent. It's been 4 seasons of the same thing. Like, you haven't seen him much in this season 4, so you can just say 3 seasons. Still, 3 seasons for the same thing. Plus, they did the worst thing imaginable. They tried to redeem him. They tried to redeem his abuser. For some ungodly reason, they tried to make it so it seemed like the freaking dude was doing this all for Otsushi. That he was trying to make it so that Otsushi hated him, rather than he tried to make it so Otsushi hated the freaking principal dude, headmaster dude of the orphanage, rather than Otsushi hating himself. Which is, oh my, it pissed me off so much. The hell am I doing? What am I doing? I wanted to, yeah, that works. Yeah, so it pissed me off so much. Because of this, and I get it. I get it, I do. You want to redeem him, give Otsushi like a father figure. Because that's what... They did that blatantly. Dazai called him his father. Granted, it of course meant, like, not biological father. But he called him his father. No! Absolutely fucking not! Okay? No, no, that... Oh god, it pissed me off so much. You can't redeem him after what he burned him with iron. He freaking branded him. We know he did it at least twice. He also tried to kill him at least twice. Tried to drown him in a bowl. You don't redeem someone like that. Especially with one episode being like, oh, he wanted to come here to congratulate you. Oh god, it made me so bad. Plus, it feels like Otsuji has been very, very aimless. That's mostly because he's just been following the organization. He hasn't had his own goals. But then he did get his own goals to fight, what's it? Oh god, Akazawa in 6 months. Which is a great plot thread. But they should have done it at a different time. Because then they threw in the whole, the organization is now being hunted by the freaking, I forgot what they're called, stray dogs. So the organization, the detective agency, is now being hunted, whilst Atsushi is supposed to be training for the 6-month fight. So they put it in at the absolute wrong time, because Atsushi should be spending this time training and getting better. But he's not, because he's being hunted by the government. Now, I don't want anyone to get twisted. I do think that is a good story beat. I do think they did really well there. I do think it's a very good story aspect. They did a very good job with that. Seeing them all there, like, that was very interesting. Granted, they didn't explain it well. I think I had to rewatch the episode, but I think I understand it in the end. So they had their memories altered. Not memories, but the perception altered. So basically it was under mind control. They were under the assumption that they were watching a video recording and they had to get to the place in order to stop the person being killed. However, in their mind, they were actually getting closer to... They were basically unconscious, and the closer they got to the room where it was all happening, the closer they got to consciousness. So the moment they entered that room, the moment they became conscious again, the moment they became aware of the actions. Well, not their actions, but the actions of the ones who were, like, not really controlling them, but like the other bodies, if you will. It's not really other bodies, because it's not like they were different people or anything. It's just they were put in a situation that they shouldn't have been put in. And them waking up was them waking up from being in said situation. It's hard to put it into words. But I do understand the twist. They put it at the wrong time. Essentially. Also, she should be spending his time training and getting ready for the fight, because despite seeing the Port Mafia again, we haven't seen Otsugara, at all, which leads to the assumption he's off somewhere training, which is not something our guy's doing. Plus, there is no way he's being beat, by the way. There's no way Atsugawa can beat Atsushi. Well, Atsushi, with only being able to transform his arms and legs at the just base transformation, hit him twice. And the first hit wasn't too bad. But the second hit, he hit him so hard, he broke his so many bones. He put him into a coma. That's how hard he hit him the second time. He barely seemed to feel the first time, but the second time he hit him, he put him into a coma. And plus he has like a new higher transformation. I don't understand how he intends to beat Atsushi. Plus, Atsushi's immortal. Like, pretty much immortal. I think I've went over this in a different episode, but there is no way he could be beat, right? His regeneration, I'm not saying it's Deadpool level, I'm just saying he can't die kind of level. Like, he's been fatally wounded so many times. And he just kind of gets back up, because it's like, yeah, so what? It doesn't help that he is morally a very good character, so each time he gets up, he helps reinforce his ideals, so he fights harder. So, actually, it should be easy to just kill him straight off from the first moment of the fight. If you want to beat him, you have to kill him immediately. Thinking about it, I think the only way you could possibly kill him is if you just instantaneously killed him. I'm talking, you immediately rip out his heart, you steal it with an ability or something, or you could decapitate him, or just straight out shoot a hole in his chest where his heart is. You have to do it instantly, meaning no chance for regeneration. That is the only way you can beat him. I'm pretty certain at this point. Because he is just so goddamn strong, it's insane. But at the same time, it's not strong enough. It's not enough. Because before seasons in, the best he can do is cover himself in fur and buff up his arms and legs. And he was able to do that at the end of season 2. Like, of course, we got the fusion between him and Otsugawa. Is it Otsugawa? I feel like it's not Otsugawa. God, do I hate you. Atsushi is definitely the main guy. Yeah, Octagawa. I'm just going to call him Octagawa. I believe it's Octagawa. Yeah, it is Octagawa. Yeah, so we got the fusion, of course, which was cool. Granted, I don't understand how the hell he got freaking space-tearing abilities from Otsugawa's freaking his Rashomon. I understand Rashomon's abilities. He is devouring space between him and his target, therefore space is technically... it's weird to put it into words. It's not devoured, more so held in place. So anything that hits it is just held in place because the space he devoured is just gone. It's not there. So therefore they can't reach him because they're trying to pass through a space that is not there. That doesn't sound right. Either way, don't understand how it granted him time rift abilities. That doesn't quite make sense to me. Also, I did think about this the first time I saw him bring up his whole devouring space aspect of his ability. Is it basically just the first version ever of Gojo's Infinity? I understand Gojo's Infinity divides things down so that you'll never actually reach him because you're dividing down from like 1. So you'll never reach 0 because you're dividing, you're not taking 1 away. So you can never actually reach Gojo. It will be 0.1, 0, 0.1, 0, 0, 0.1, so you'll never actually reach Gojo. Whereas Otsugawa is just, it's an ability based move, so he's devouring space between him and opponent. But he can only do it so long as his Rashomon is up. And his Rashomon can be forced down, it can be forced open, so therefore you can destroy the space he eliminates. We saw him do this, I think like when he was younger. Yeah, we saw him do it against Jig, I believe? Jig? I can't quite remember, but I believe that's where we first see it. The problem is that was young Octagawa, so we don't even know if that kind of effect will work on current Otsugawa. I guess it's fair to assume that with enough force you could force your way through it. But either way, I'm rambling now, aren't I? Yes, I am. I gotta say, just got to the whole backstory for the Doctor. It's made me hate the Mafia dude even more. Are we supposed to like this character? I don't think we're supposed to like him, but he shows up way too much for someone we're not supposed to like. Is he supposed to be someone you come around on? How? I don't think he is, because you just can't. One of his lines at the end of like season 2 or 3 is, "I like them under 12. You don't get a line like that if you're supposed to be liked. You get a line like that if you want to go to prison. That's where he should be. which is another. I'm watching someone else react to it, which is what made me want to try to watch it again. So I'm watching Danny Modder on YouTube react to it. I love his content. It's so funny. But it's because he's not just like reacted to it. He pauses it. He makes jokes. It's amazing. It's wonderful. And it's just, he makes a lot of jokes. And he made a joke recently, I think, like, at the start of, not the start of, but I think in, like, season 3. Yeah, it was in season 3. That, none of the people the freaking Port Mafia goes up against, they actually arrest. He made a joke about them, freaking everyone turning up, fighting each other, and then they all just leave. They'd be like, oh yeah, see you again tomorrow. Which basically what they do. That is essentially what they do. Like, they went and beat up this dude who tears off fingernails. The dude wasn't even arrested. He was just thrown into the lawless area. Well, he wasn't thrown there. He just turned up at the lawless area in order to harass the guild lady, the strategist. So they didn't even arrest him. The dude's a criminal. You are a government organisation. Come on. Come on. There you go. They are a government organisation, yet they don't arrest any criminals, it seems, unless the police are already there. Unless the police are already there, those criminals are not getting arrested. Oh, you survived. Wonderful. Alright. Yeah, so just... the story itself is fine. It's just... a lot of the whole, like, mystery aspects, the detective ones, you can't even solve them on your own, it seems, because they leave a lot of key information out. Which is something Danny brings up himself. I do recommend going to watch his channel, it's awesome. I love his reactions. But it seems like a lot of the things you can't work out on your own, because they omit key information on purpose. Is this it? Yeah, okay. Wonderful. Thank you. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't mist me. You keep that away from me. Don't go into that mist. It's basically a death sentence. Also, don't go into the mist behind him. Basically. Are you summoning already? All I did was break one of your bracelets. Calm down. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Yeah, so don't get caught up in the mist, because that's basically death. Our goal in this is very simple. We need to force him into the mist. The way we do that is very simple. Oh my god. The way you force him into the mist is very... Are you serious? Crap, crap, I think just one more. There we go. Yes, you have to destroy all 3 bracelets, and then he falls down into the abyss. Whew. Yeah, so the story's fine in one go. It's decent. I do like a lot of the characters. They're cool. Besides from Darzai, and Mori, which I've of course stated I don't like. Octagawa, Jesus Christ, please give him development. If anyone needs development, even over Otsuji, Otsugawa is the one that needs development. He needs to move on from Darzai. He is so caught up on Darzai, it's used as a plot thread. Well, not a plot thread, but they literally use it to get around him. It's used like a weapon, how much he adores Darzai and wants his affection. Okay, I think the series has a weird fascination,
Welcome.
weird
Very
fixation
well. Then take.
on parental roles, it seems.
Farewell.
Because it seemed like Darzai views freaking what's his face, Darzai, as like a parental figure even, because he's like the one who like raised him up in the mafia. So his approval is the only thing that freaking Octagar wants. He wants it so bad, he's willing to kill
Farewell,
people for it.
Ashen One.
Oh yeah, I forgot you lot are here. I'm not talking about just killing everyone. He was prepared to kill Dazai's like best friend because Dazai views him as superior to
Can we
Otogawa.
meet again?
But then again,
We spoke before
he
on the
views
day
his
of
best friend,
sacrifices.
well, he viewed his
And
best
the
friend
restorer.
as superior to everyone in the Mafia.
I'm well
He was like,
pleased
if
to
he
see
got
you
angry,
safe.
he'd kill all of you.
We reached the Cathedral of the Deep, but Aldrich's coffin was empty. The man-eater must have left for his true home. The little doll in the empty coffin told me. Aldrich is said to hail from Irithyll in the Boreal Valley, an ancient fabled city. A pilgrim told me that the city lies beyond Farron Keep, and so becomes our destination. Aldrich's honest home is Irithyll in the Boreal Valley, an ancient fabled city. A pilgrim told me that the city lies beyond Farron Keep, and so becomes our destination.
Wonderful. Hello, Horace. Oh, how awesome. Thanks, Horace. Yeah, so, as you can probably tell, my complaints with Mungo are deep-rooted, to say the least. I do want to talk about some merits. I wish I could come up with merits. Don't get me wrong, there are merits to the show. The show is cool. The power system is unique.
Prithee, be careful.
I say it's unique. It's insane. It doesn't have much consistency. It seems like they can do pretty much anything they want. Do I want to give Sorcery School to you? I'll hold up for the time being. Yeah, it seems like they can do anything they want. One dude turns into a blue tiger. Another dude literally just uses money to win. Like someone said, he has a pay-to-win mechanic, and he does. You can't dispute that, because that's what his ability is. Pay to win. This is what happens when you draw out your power 5 times, by the way. He dies, unfortunately, but then we get this lady.
Prithee, art thou good Yols, master? I am Uria of Londor, a close friend of his. Thanks to thee, Yol's soul is redeemed. Allow me to express my gratitude in his stead.
Thank
Another
you.
matter. Thou a lord, art thou not? Bearer of the dark sigil, and our Lord of Hollows. For the time thou remainst our Lord, we of Londor shall serve thee. And I, of course, am also thine.
So she is shady, to say the least. It's only 50 souls, I may as well.
Till we meet, maybe.
So she's shady. Don't worry about her. She'll be kind of... In fact, no, do I need to talk to her? I think she's kind of instrumental in what I want to do.
Speak on... Oh, good Hollow. Orbeck of Vinheim is a cause of much consternation. He proclaimeth himself Lord of Hollows. If left alone, fall to this matter yearly, else we are unraveled.
Right. I forgot she wants
Decisiveness
me to kill the
is the
sorcerer.
mark of a true monarch. Our lord, and knowest thou of a maid named Anri?
Yes, Henri.
She is hollow, and will join thee in wedlock.
Oh yeah,
A
get
fellow
married.
of mine guides her at this moment. When the time is ripe, thou mayst make thy salutations. For what lord taketh no spouse? Our lord, knowest thou she of
Yeah.
till
So that's
we
the
meet
reason I want to follow this kind of line. Because you get to marry Henri, which is awesome. It's not good for her. I think she's kind of happy, but she won't be at the end, unfortunately. Spoilers. Either way, let us move onwards to the most beautiful sight in all of the game. Is that right? Well, you don't see Cirrus, so maybe not. But either way. So, the characters are cool, besides from Darzai, as I've stated before. I think... So, a big thing for me in a story, and a particularly anime story specifically, is I do like romance. I do like the little romantic subplots that happen. And Otsuchi, I want him to have a romantic interest. Because goddamn, his life is so hard. He has such a hard life. I want him to be happy with someone. And I want that someone to be Lucy. Because she is amazing, and they've already kind of not instigated it, but kind of pushed towards it. They've made some groundwork, if you will. Now, the two already have a connection. The two have technically already seen one another naked. Even though I imagine Otsuji did not look. If you don't know about that, it's not anything weird. He didn't do anything perverted or anything. It was just a matter of him misjudging the capability of her special power. Granted, it was a cool thing he wanted her to do. I'm gonna die. Oh no, I'm alive. It was a cool thing he wanted her to do. Oh no, don't you disappear anywhere. So essentially, what she can do is make her own space, if you will. She can make her own room where she's basically the ruler. Not really the ruler, but essentially it's a space only she can access and exit at her whim. Well, I guess anyone can enter and exit, so long as they use the white door, but she can bring anyone she wants into said room. So what he wanted her to do was to, since they were both wet from jumping in a river, because he almost drowned and she went in to save him, what he wanted her to do was teleport them there without the moisture in their clothes to basically dry them off, which was a cool idea. It's very specific. It's an awesome idea he had. Granted, I imagine that kind of thing would take so much training, and if she was ever able to get it down, she would basically be unstoppable, because then she would know how to remove the moisture from something, and she could remove the moisture from a body while teleporting it into her space. So she'd basically be unstoppable. But what ended up happening was she teleported them, but instead of leaving the moisture there, she left the clothes. So they both ended up in her space without clothes. And then he got, I don't know, smacked or something. All we see is him floating down the river naked. Freaking, so presumably she slapped him, forced him out of her world, and left him in the river to drown. Either way, I'm going to leave things there. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. I'll see you all later, and goodbye.